Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Austria to his parents Alois and Carla Hitler. He was the fourth of the couple's 6 children, but was one of the only 2 that lived until adulthood. He was a mischief young boy who became fascinated by warfare after finding a picture book about the Franco-Prussian War in his father's belongings. At this time he began to see himself as German, not Austrian. His father was a tough and stern man, beating Adolf if he stepped out of line. But after Alois's death in 1903, Adolf was free to drop out of school and he began pursuing his interest in art. At age 15, Hitler moved to Vienna, where he applied twice for the Academy of Fine Arts Vienna, but was rejected both times. When his mother died in 1907, Adolf was left homeless and began sleeping in the streets of Vienna. He began selling postcards on the street that he had painted in an attempt to earn some money. It was through the experience of being homeless that Hitler's anti-Semitic views originated. He claimed to gain a worldview and sense of enlightenment by what he had witnessed on the streets. Over 175,000 Jewish people lived in Vienna at the time, many of which were well-educated and highly successful in their fields. This angered Hitler, and he felt resentment that Jewish people were successful when he believed that German people were far superior. Hitler fled to the German city of Munich in May 1914 to avoid conscription in Austria. At the beginning of World War I, however, Hitler immediately joined the German army, where he served on the Western Front as a messenger. In 1916, Hitler was badly wounded in the thigh. However, he returned to battle and in July 1918 delivered a vital message despite being under heavy fire. For this, Adolf received the Iron Cross First Class in August 1918, and then in October of the same year, he was temporarily blinded by mustard gas and taken to hospital. Throughout the war, Hitler's colleagues described him as eccentric because of how hard-working he was. When Germany lost the war and signed the Treaty of Versailles, Hitler, among many other Germans, were outraged. Hitler felt himself, as well as the German army and people, had been stabbed in the back by the November criminals. In 1919, Hitler joined Anton Drexler's German Workers' Party after Drexler was impressed hearing Hitler speak. Drexler saw great potential in Hitler and he was immediately put in charge of propaganda for the party. In 1921, Hitler used his value to the party and threatened to resign unless he was given leadership. Drexler was forced to step down. The name of the party was changed to the Nationalist Socialist German Workers' Party, but was quickly abbreviated to the Nazi Party. Hitler also introduced the swastika symbol as the party's emblem. In 1921, Hitler set up the Stormtroopers. The SA were used to intimidate rival groups and break up their meetings. It turned the Nazi Party from just a debating society into physical presence. The Stormtroopers were mostly made up of ex-soldiers lacking direction and purpose in their lives after the end of World War I. They shared Hitler's views and the hatred he had towards the Treaty of Versailles and wanted a way to rebel against it. Germany began to fall into disarray in 1923 as superinflation struck the nation after French troops seized the Ruhr. Hitler felt that the time was right to attempt to overthrow the Weimar Republic and take power of Germany. On the 8th of November 1923, Hitler and 300 stormtroopers burst into a state government function and announced they were seizing control of Germany. The next day, 3,000 Nazis marched into the center of Munich. However, the police stopped their efforts and disbanded the movement. Hitler was arrested 2 days later and charged with high treason. In the 26th of February 1924, he went on trial and argued that he was only trying to help the country and remove the government that had damaged it so much. The Supreme Court sympathized with Hitler and he was released only 9 months later. In reflection, Hitler's trial was probably one of the best things to happen to him. The trial got widespread media coverage and Hitler and his message became famous. During his time in prison, Hitler wrote his book, My Struggle, which explained his life story and his political beliefs. The book went into depth about Hitler's hatred and theories about the Jewish people. On his release from prison, Hitler set about trying to re-establish the Nazi Party's political awareness and profile. However, he knew that he could not overthrow the government as the country was very stable. It was in 1929, when the Great Depression struck the world, that Hitler saw his opportunity. It hit Germany especially hard, with unemployment affecting 6 million people. Hitler offered the people the solution that they desperately needed. He planned to restore Germany to its former glory previous to World War I. The people listened to his persuasive arguments, and on January 30th, 1933, Hitler was announced Chancellor of Germany after the Nazi Party won 196 seats in the Reichstag election. Hitler then went on to lead Germany into World War II.